I have recently had multiple buyers who are looking to buy a new home, but they have a home to sell. In today's market, we have to be realistic because we're in a low inventory, high demand market. And so when you have a home sale contingency, it can sometimes make your offer less attractive depending on the circumstances. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the things you need to know and prepare for when you need to sell your home so that you can be in the best possible position to buy your new dream home. If you are new to my channel, welcome. You have come to the right place for all there is to know about living, working, playing, and thriving in the Baltimore metro region. Make sure that you tap the subscribe button and you hit the bell for notifications so that you can be alerted whenever there is new content to the channel. My name is Persia and I am a local Baltimore Metro realtor, and every day I get phone calls, text, emails from people just like you who are thinking about moving to the Baltimore Metro region, who are thinking about doing a real estate transaction, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking about moving in the next 90 or 90 days, feel free to give me a call, reach out to me and to my team, and we will be thrilled to help you make a smooth transition to Baltimore Metro. You can call us, text us, email us, set up a video call, and we can see how we can help. So let's start with a little bit of a market update. As I mentioned, we are currently in a high demand, low inventory market, which means that despite interest rates being around 6.5% to 7%, we are still seeing a bunch of buyers in the market. And we're seeing that when homes are priced well for their condition and location, that they are going quickly under contract and sometimes are receiving multiple offers. My two most recent listings that I put on the market both had multiple offers on them. One that was an on-market deal had 15 offers and escalated almost $100,000 over asking price. And one listing that I had that didn't even go on the market had 2 offers on it from people within my brokerage. So it's really important to know that we are in a hot seller's market, obviously depending on the neighborhood, depending on the price point. But when you have a home to sell, it's important to know how that additional contingency could affect your offer. One of the first things to think about is whether you're going to be living in the home or whether the home is going to be vacant when you put it on the market. If you're going to be living in the home, you have to prepare yourself for the reality. Number one, when the house is active, people are going to be coming in and out. They're going to be looking in your drawers and in your closets. And you have to kind of keep the house in a condition that is amenable to people coming in and wanting to buy it. Many times, if possible, it's much easier if the home is vacant because then you don't have to worry about whether an appointment time is convenient for your schedule, whether you have to keep the house in beautiful condition while you're actually living in it. But of course, not everyone has the ability to move out or, hasn't found the next place that they're going to yet. So it's not always an easy task to have a vacant home. Plus, if you have a home that you need to sell first, you are likely living in that home until you get it sold. So it's just something to consider. It's not as convenient, but my last 3 people who have sold their homes with me have been living in their home. We make it as easy as we can, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. One thing that's important to think about when you are selling your home is how to present your property in the best possible light so that you get the most amount of money in the least amount of time. And one of those things is, if you are living in the home, how to make your home look its best. And so during a listing appointment, I come in, I give suggestions as to how to declutter, how to maybe rearrange your furniture, give you suggestions to make sure that the home is in the best condition that it possibly can be in before folks start coming in and kind of envisioning themselves in your property. If you have a vacant property that you are listing, I almost always suggest doing staging. It is shown time after time that properties that are staged make more money in less amount of time than properties that have no furniture in them. Please remember that professional photos and photos that are taken and put online are your first impression to all of the buyers that are out in the market looking for a property. And so it's a lot harder to gauge how a home looks and feels, how it's spaced and laid out if there's no furniture in the property. So staging is something that has a very little cost, but a really large return. And I always recommend it to my sellers who are selling a property with no furniture in it whatsoever. Another thing to think about when selling your house is whether or not to have open houses. And a lot of people ask, are open houses worth it? Should we do open houses? I don't know if I want looky-loo neighbors in my house. And my suggestion is always to have an open house, usually on the opening weekend of a property going active. And my reason is that the most amount of opportunities that we get to have people through your property, the better. The more money that you're gonna make and the better impression that you're gonna get from people giving feedback and seeing how they feel about your home. So I think open houses are wonderful opportunities to have people come into your property. Also, a lot of times people don't necessarily want to bug their agent or, schedule an appointment or go during weekdays and things like that. They want an opportunity to be able to have a time on the weekend to go on their own, to kind of feel it out, to see if it's a home that they're actually interested in. So having an open house allows that opportunity. And I think having an open house opening weekend is a great idea. I don't think you need one every single weekend if the home doesn't sell straight away in the first week or so, but I do think that they are a good addition to a marketing strategy. Another important thing to think about when selling your house is your requirement to provide seller disclosures. In the state of Maryland, you are required to disclose anything that could be a latent defect in your house. And a latent defect is anything that a buyer would not know is wrong with the home just upon an initial tour and from their naked eye. So if you know that the basement floods when there's significant rain, or that there's a leak in the roof, or things like this, it is important that you disclose these things at the outset so that buyers understand what it is that they are buying. Now, the most important thing when it comes to selling your house and getting the most money in the least amount of time is the price. I know that you might think in a market like this one where we have such low inventory and there's such high demand that you can shoot for the moon and price it super high. But it is so important that you talk to a real estate professional who is familiar with your area, familiar with the comps, and can really guide you on pricing strategy, because pricing super high is not always the best idea. Pricing is the most important factor to get your home sold quickly and for the most amount of money. So talking with an experienced real estate agent who knows about pricing homes properly is super important to make sure that your bottom line is what you want it to be and you get the most amount of money in the least amount of time. The next thing to think about when you are selling your home is to prepare for repair requests. Now, oftentimes this is everyone's least favorite time during the negotiation process. You found a buyer, your home is under contract, you have a price that you're happy with, and then the buyers have inspections and they have things that they are asking for. It's important to prepare yourself for that reality and to know it is likely going to happen, especially if you're in the Baltimore metro region. We have old houses here, so stuff pops up. Even in newer houses, stuff will pop up, and that's okay. It's the job of your listing agent to negotiate these things, to let you know what's important, what's not important, and to help guide you through that. But it's just important to mentally prepare that when you are selling your home and you have a home inspection contingency with the buyer, it is likely that they're gonna ask for stuff, and you've got to figure out how you're gonna handle that. You have the option to either do what they ask, you could not do what they ask and risk the deal falling through, you can provide them with a concession. So there are all kinds of ways to kind of navigate through that, but preparing yourself for the fact that they are likely going to ask for something is an important step. And finally, this tip might be something that seems a little crazy coming from me, but I really do think that it's important that you talk to multiple realtors when you sell your home. Obviously, unless you're hiring me, because then, hello, like it's a given, you want to work with me. But just, to do your due diligence and make sure that you are happy with your representation, I highly would recommend it, because sometimes people get referrals from neighbors or they get referrals from family, friends, things like that, and they don't do their due diligence, and it's not the best professional for them. So I really recommend doing your homework, looking online for reviews, asking the real estate agent what they do for marketing, how they work their pricing, marketing and, asking for references. You can call their past clients. You can get all the information so that you can make sure that you're hiring the best professional for you. Look, this is a huge investment. This is one of the biggest financial transactions that people make in their whole entire lives. So hiring a professional that you trust, who you know is going to act on your best interest, is super important. So making sure that you do your due diligence and your research rather than just going with whomever was referred to you, I think is super important. Well, there you have it, a nice list of things to prepare for and to think about when you are going to put your home on the market for sale. I hope you found this information helpful. And if you are in the Baltimore metro region and you're thinking about listing your house for sale, please feel free to reach out to me and my team. We would love to meet with you, talk with you about your house's market value and how we can help you get it sold quickly and for the most amount of money. You can feel free to reach out to my team via phone call, text message. You can call us, email us, set up a Zoom call, and we would be more than happy to help you reach your real estate goals. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.